What's up YouTube, Dal here from Zephyr Games, again bringing you commentary to a live duel from locals. On the left we have Matt playing Burning Abyss Trap Stun, and on the right we have Joe from Tier 0 playing branded Despia. So we start off with, of course, Dante, good old made with Scarm, don't forget that in phase. Mills were Graph, Farfar and Fiendish Rhino, so special from deck and Foolish Burial. I'm not too sure what the other material was made with Dante, but obviously it won't get an effect if it leaves the field this turn, for the pure fact that it would have been special summoned for free. And for those of you that don't know, you can only use one BA effect per turn. He's obviously discarding the Barbar to turn... Oh, he's not. He specialed the Barbar, sorry. Oh, maybe he specialed the Scarm, because that looks like a Graph to me. So we've got IP Masquerena. We've got Barbar banishing Farfar and Scarm to burn. And then obviously we'll have Graph to summon back Dante. Wow. This is bringing me back to 2014 or 16 Duelist Alliance format. Hot damn. So, okay, Dante add back Graph. Graph summon Dante. Ditch Graph, turn Beatrice, and then set free. Wow. Okay. That was interesting. So obviously this is like the standard send Farfar banish link into unicorn play. So Joe has played Frightful Patchwork. Apologies for the glare of the graveyard. It's just a bit of a weird setup. I probably should have moved the camera a little bit over. We still make out exactly what Matt's got in his grave. So, ooh, okay. So he opened up Chain and Patchwork, and then he's activated Droplets, sending 2 to negate IP and Beatrice. Wow, okay, that's pretty cool. Talk about open cracked. Resolving Patchwork, and then he'll try to resolve Chains if he hasn't opened up a piece already. No, he can't. I think he plays 2, 2, and 2. So does he choose to add it? Activate Patchwork, add Poly and the Chains. And then he's going to add the second Patchwork as discard fodder. So, I mean, that was 3 cards from his hand, but he's just repaired those 3 cards that he just used, which is crazy. That's why I love the Patchwork engine. It's so good. Oh, I opened up Brand Infusion as well. You animal. Oh, wow. He's main decking D-Barrier. He's main decking D-Barrier. What the heck? Yo, that's savage. Normal summon Aluba. Ouch, that is horrible. If he's got a card along the back, along his back row that will deal with Joe's, what I would assume would be Brandon in red. Oh no, he doesn't have any Despias in the grave. Oh, that D barrier. Oh, D barrier on Brand Fusion as well means you're locked out of fusion. You're only locked into fusions. Oh, you animal. I mean, a Super Poly would have been fire. Activate Super Poly, ditch. Super Poly, IP, Aluba, and Beatrice, and go into Priskelion. Again, loved Priskelion. Such a good card in these particular scenarios. But yeah, he would have had to have done that first before activating Brand Infusion, so he would have normal summoned first. But okay, the main deck of D-Barrier makes a lot of sense now. I mean, it's risky because it's like, well, if you don't go first, what do you do? So we'll probably see that in the future games. So Aluba obviously killed IP Masquerena, passed set 1. Beatrice is now reset, so he's put Beatrice to attack. He's obviously got Dante as a material. There's not much he can really do though, because Beatrice isn't a Burning Abyss monster, weirdly enough, by name. So any of the Burning Abyss monsters that hit the board will just nuke themselves. So attack Aluba for I believe 800. He's got 1 in hand and passes. Now obviously Joe's got Branded Opening, and we don't know the other card sex. He searched Branded Opening off of Aluba, so you can only assume that there is a Branded in red, which probably would have been better for Matt to not kill that Aluba. Leaving him with Aluba would mean that he doesn't have a Branded in red target. Unless he's got a Despia in hand, then he discards it off of... Oh no, he ditched the Poly. So then, 1, 2, 3, branded open. Oh, that set's got to be a bluff, right? Because then if he's only got, I don't know if Joe's got 1 or 2 cards in hand. He needs to go in defense, Joe. There we go. Because we knew that he searched the branded opening. Then there was poly, chains, and patchwork. So if he's only got 2 cards in his hand, including the one that he's just searched, it means that that set is a patchwork. So there was no branding in red. That's interesting. I might have put brand. To be honest, I probably would have took the gamble and searched that branded red rather than branded opening. He obviously opened up 2 branded openings because then you could have just branded in. Like, I would have assumed that Matt would have killed the Aluba, and then you branded in red. But then maybe he doesn't kill it if he knows he's got a branded in red, I suppose. Anyway, turns to about to 8 branded fusion, catching back up. Sorry about that. I was just trying to like theorize what's going on. So branded fusion, it depends if he wants to discard. It looks like he's gone with Tragedy and Albaz. So he's going to go into Lubellion. There you go. So Lubellion is going to be chaining 1. Tragedy is going to be chaining 2. Discarding. He's got to have chains. Chains is the only thing he's got to have left in his hand. Yeah, there you go. There's the chains. And then he's going to resolve Tragedy. Keeping in mind the Aluba was summoned during his opponent's turn, so he could get an Aluba, normal summon it again. That gives him branding in red. So he's had branding fusion. He'll get branding in red. He's probably going to get Mirror Jade. I think it'd be silly not to, really, because then your Mirror Jade will banish the Beatrice. Yeah, there we go. Here comes the Mirror Jade. And then I suppose it's... Obviously, we know there's no D barrier along the back row. I would have liked to think Matt would have flipped it. Which would have been savage as well. We got Mirror Jade. He's still got the normal summon of Aluba, which will give him a... I suppose what you've got to kind of consider is if Matt's main decking... If he's main decking branded D barrier... Would he main deck Super Poly? I wonder. Be interesting. Anyway, he's going to use Beatrice's effect to Foolish, which will, of course, send Farfar. Like, it'd be silly not to send a Farfar for this. What would be silly would be to banish the Mirror Jade, because it will come back reset, so he'll get to use his effect again, I believe. So that would be pretty funny. Trying to think what else he's got along the back row. 2 unknowns. I think if I remember rightly, one of them's a Dynamiscus. But he has got, I believe he's gone through 2 Farfars. So unless he plays 3, or was it only 1? Yeah, no, because it's 2 Farfars that came off the mill. Oh, he's not got any more Farfars! No! Has he got the final Farfar in hand? Oh dear. He sends a Graph. Resolves Mirror Jade, banishing the Beatrice. He's going to trigger the Graph's effect. Oh, met with an Ash. Met with an Ash. Naughty. This game's awesome. I love this game already. This is so good. Talents because you use the Beatrice. Oh, double punishment. Talk about double punishment. That's horrible. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't have drawn. I probably would have ripped that last card out of his hand. It would have given you knowledge. Definitely would have turned off any Super Poly. He would have had to have used Super Poly on Talents. And then if that card in his hand was an Ash, you don't get anything. So, I mean, well, you probably would have used that Ash beforehand. So, normal... What? He didn't normal summon a Luba. What are you doing, boy? Unless it wasn't a Luba. Did I miss it? Was it not a Luba? Was it like Adlabiton? That would have been pretty... Oof. Oh, end phase Dynamiscus. It gonna cost ya. We know that back row's nothing. You got nothing along that back row. Oh, Fiend Griefing. Rip. Bye, Mirror Jade. I mean... If Joe still has a Brandon in red, that Mirror Jade probably comes straight back if he's got an Adlabiton, which he'll get off of Albion during the end phase. There you go. There's a Brandon in red. Matt draws a turn, sets 1. And then, I mean, both of these get blown out, really. Well, one of them gets... The most recent one gets blown out. And like, unless he's got something that's going to stop that Brandon in red, which he can only use his far left one. What is it? What is it? Move your hand. Oh, it's Fiend Griefing. Lol. Oh, that's so good. target the tragedy and spin it back and send the Scarm. He's going to get an M-face Scarm search as well. That was pretty cool. I like that interaction. That was nice. Something a little bit different to what we've seen before. Or what we used to seeing anyway. Tragedy still got... Huh? Oh yeah, because he banished it with Fiend Griefing. That's funny. So Tragedy still got banished, meaning that he's going to trigger the effect. And the set was Droplets. Waft! That was really good though. That was a couple of interesting interactions. So... yeah, just something a little bit different. Obviously, we're not saying that BA is now going to become meta or is going to be meta. He's obviously trialing this out at the moment until he gets the Aluba reprint, which is due out this week. And then I believe Matt's going into Branded Despia. Yay, everyone join the Branded Despia hype. Whoop, whoop. I mean, it is the best deck. It is going to be relatively cheap post... Dog. I don't know if the dog agrees or not. Post, he's probably like, how dare you, Dow? It's not going to be cheap. And I'm like, yes, it is. It's going to be really cheap. Anyway, they started decking here. I mean, you're already maining D barriers. Surely you're going to go first again. Oh, he's taking out Dynamiscus. That's interesting. I mean, I get it, but I still think it's pretty cool. He's not put Duster in, which, again, isn't much of a surprise. It looks like Chalice is going in. I don't know what Joe's putting in. I mean, like, how do you prepare for a BA match? Like, apart from Super Poly, it'd be interesting if he's playing D barriers, because then you just call XYZs. That'll be just as good. Looks like Strikes are main decked as well in Matt's BAs. Oh, he's taking out Torrential Tribute. That's interesting. I like the idea of Torrential Tribute, like, but then I suppose they just banish Branded Opening and Torrential Tribute just goes, yoit! I am just going to be a one-sided Raigeki. Get dunked on, my sir. We'll see Power Shuffling Pros right here. Welcome to the Power Shuffling Finals. And we're going off. Joe is leading the way down to 2 stacks now. Matt carrying up on. Going on. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Joe's nearly finished. He's going to do his Ripple Shuffle. There we go. Trademark Joe Ripple Shuffle. Matt is now putting the pile together. For those of you that don't get that, that is a racing reference. I probably could cut like speed through these bits. Oh no, don't do that to your cards. Who does that to their own cards? Yeah, I've kept it like this for the side just so you can get like the natural flow, and then it gives me a break to kind of talk about tactics. I'll probably put some time codes, actually would be a good idea. Put some time codes in the description so you can skip. But this is just so that I can give you a breakdown on the sides, how everything's going, and just talk about stuff that isn't the general like duel that is happening. I would assume Matt's going first. I think it'd be crazy for him not to. Let's see where this goes. Is that set 5 pass? Oh no, set 4 pass. If Joe, like, I don't know, Lightning Storms, Evenlies, or Dusters this, I'm just going to, like, you kind of then cry a little bit. Oh, he's setting... No! Set 1 pass! No! I mean, what we got here? Tour Guide. Oh, broken. Broken. Oh, he's got the Droplet. That's sad. Sending us cost Dramaturge, so he can't respond with a monster. But if he's got a trap along that back row, that stops it. He doesn't. Oh, this game sucks. Not like... I mean, it's painful already. A set 4, normal a Tour Guide. Yes, okay, Tour Guide can get stopped by anything. Imperm, Veiler, Ash, you name it. The fact that Joe's had to, like, Droplets of Dramaturge is pretty painful. But at least it puts a Despia in the graveyard. So should he have a Brandon ready, he's rocking. Normal Summon Chains? I'm sorry, what? I mean, it wouldn't be a bad scenario if you could just crash into the Tour Guide and then get something off it. I think he gets a Foolish Burial. Or does he get an ad? Because, like, believe it or not, Change actually has another effect rather than just being discard fodder. I think it's like if it destroys a monster by battle, you get to add another Frightfur card or Frightfur monster. So it just gets to add a Chains. This is tragic. Matt has to be able to, like, he put so many traps in. Fiend Griefing. Oh, he needed a monster on the board for the Fiend Griefing. So he's banishing the Dramaturge. That's pretty good. And sending Scarm. This should give him his choice of search. I mean, if that back row is another Droplet, that's pretty tragic, I'm not going to lie. I'm surprised he didn't send the... Maybe he drew Chain for turn. That would explain it, because otherwise you would have sent the chain off the droplet and got a search off of it. Would have guaranteed you a patchwork poly. So he's gone for a second tall guy. I swear that's a second droplet. Has to be a second droplet, right? Or he's got an Ash or a Vader in the hand. Normal tall guide effect. What we got? Oh, it's a second droplet. Oof. Big Daddy oof oof. That looks like an Adlerbyton. So he sent the Adlerbyton. That's just... Yeah, I mean... So Joe's opening hand must have been Dramaturge, Adlerbyton, and 2 droplets, plus 1 other card stuck in his hand at current. Because it wouldn't have been the chains, because you would have sent that off a droplet. And the only reason he didn't send it off a droplet now is he's got nothing more to search, I suppose. Maybe he opened up like patchwork as well. That would be pretty funny. Or was it Albaz? No, you would have normal summoned the Albaz earlier. He's going to normal summon the Albaz now. I would use the effect. Like, why not? Just fuse. Albaz in the dark. That gives you Lubellion, bro. You take his monster. Discarding the chain. What we got along the back row? D-barrier? Yeah, D-barrier. Cool fusion. Yay. Despia, no go-go. Called by the grave. Oh, you animal. Called by the grave on chains. Oh. And it's just poking away at life points. I mean, this isn't the most thrilling of games, but it is kind of interesting to kind of watch. He's got an Ash in the hand, and what has he just top decked? Oh, he's top decked a spell or trap. This isn't going well. So it's basically Joe's race to a poly, Matt's race to a BA that will successfully resolve to get him into Dante. Lol. There's pretty much nothing left. Nothing left. I think that's a drama in the grave. Poke and poke. I think that's 3k. I'm pretty sure Albaz is like 1800, right? Could be wrong. Draw for turn. What we got? We got anything playable? Nope. He's still got that Ash in his hand. I probably would have set it actually, because then at least nothing's like... He's not attacking over anything, is he? Joe's clearly not playing Verte, which I don't blame him for. I don't like Verte in this. And it was Ash. Oh, I should have set the Ash. Oh, wow. Cosmic obviously drew for turn. Is that a Twin Twister and a DD Crow? And there was another D barrier, 2 imperms and a Chalice. Wow. I would have set that Ash, bro. You just risk it. You just risk it. Like, what are you worried about? You hit any of the fusion cards he goes to play that Ash deals with, you hit with Branded Fusion. You hit with D barrier. So that was terrible. Look at the hands. Oh, it just happens. It just happens. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Again, it's a different type of game. I'm quite happy that I was able to show you rather than just, oh, Branded Despia versus Branded Despia. We can show you like Branded Despia versus BA. A little bit unconventional, unorthodox, but something completely different and hopefully just as entertaining. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, guys, as absolutely always, stay safe. And of course, happy dueling.